We are live.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the spooky sound design stream. I'm so excited. It is officially spooky season, and today we have Matthew, aka Deadly Fishes, aka our very talented lead sound designer, responsible for, I think, the 1,200 assets we have in core right now, sound assets. Matthew, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, and yeah, Nerf Herder, this is definitely live right now. Actually live. We're literally doing it live. Let's see if we can switch to the stream. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, hello everyone. Let's see, what are we gonna do first? So there's a huge update that dropped. Tobbs, if you want to drop the link in the chat, maybe of
To the patch notes.
Yeah, so let's look at the patch notes right now, actually. Let's do that right now.
So I think you're about to say there was a lot of new audio assets that dropped with the latest patch. And boink, copy that link and
Oh, the stream is just looking at me now. Okay, cool. Amazing. And what I'm doing is I'm preparing this stream window, making sure it's all good, and we're going to look at this together here. Okay, sweet.
doink. There you go.
2 days
And
ago.
Imperial Nerf Herder says, cool, I'm not usually able to catch the live sessions.
Yeah,
awesome.
we're glad you're here.
I'm so glad you're able to join us. Exactly.
Okay, so Tobbs dropped the link in the chat, and it's also in our announcement on Discord. So let's see what we have here. There's a ton of new props, but since this is the audio stream, we're going to take a look at the new audio. So this is definitely a Halloween, spooky, fun themed audio update. So let me zoom in all the way, like I'm really blind. And so there's a bunch of new music. I have this track called Tense Desolate Horror Wasteland. It's kind of like a really ambient, dark, Fallout type type of soundtrack. And there's a lot of really cool dynamic things you can do with this. So it's not like a static music track that just has one, it's just one plain music track. You can do that if you want. I have 3 variations of that, but I'm going to show you guys how you can build that and kind of make the soundtrack super dynamic. Halloween Hunt is like a fun, traditional, spooky, fun kind of sound. Mega Spooky EDM Party is also the same thing, but it's just like an insane EDM type track, like techno dance, something you'd hear in a club. Skeleton Rave. Oh wait, skip this one. Oops. Look what I'm doing here. So, Spooky Quirky Mischief is. I think that kind of speaks for itself. I'll play some of these. Skeleton Rave is a track that already existed, but it didn't exist as a music kit with different sections and variations. It was only in the electronic music set, which has all of the electronic music tracks. But it's kind of like a collection of like the full versions of each different track we have, and then most of those have their own music kit. I added new instruments too: harpsichord, creepy horror piano, a xylophone, a music box. You can kind of see how you can make some of those creepy sounds with that. Then I added some stingers. These are kind of like effects, but like they also work as music stingers as well. There's Waterphone. Waterphone is
question, if I may interject. What is a stinger?
So a music stinger is like a short, like 2 to 5 second logo type sound. So I'm trying to think what an example is. I can't think of anything. Oh, I guess like in Mario or something, when you die, you hear like a you died or you lose kind of stinger, or like I guess in Dark Souls, right? It says you died on the screen, and you hear like a short sound musical thing, and it's like 2 or 3 seconds long. So that's kind of what that is. It's not meant to be like a full music track. Yeah. So other words for it is maybe like a logo or a bumper. Those are other words for it too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, so Nicholas Foreman just said he was going to update the instruments with the new ones I added, which is going to be amazing. And I will see if I can share some MIDI with you guys, so you can kind of get an idea of how you can construct some of these using MIDI. And I do have my audio program here open, and maybe we can try to do some of that. But let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can get back to this here. Yeah, so we have Waterphone. Waterphone is like a really weird, kind of like a DIY instrument that's just made for scraping really high-pitched noises. It'll make a lot of sense when we play it. Prepared piano is also the same thing. Prepared piano is like a grand piano, and you have a bunch of weird things done to it, like you pluck the strings on the inside, or you take some bow hair and you wrap it around two strings and make it go like this on the inside, or you drop coins in it or scrape the strings inside the piano. It's basically doing things you probably shouldn't be doing to a piano, but it sounds amazing.
Piano abuse.
Cheesy Spooky Theremin is...
Oh my god, how did I miss this one?
Yeah, okay, so I actually could play this sound. So it's something like this, right? You probably can't hear it because it's playing off of my music program right now. Actually, let me see if I can get you to listen to that. So with Tobbs, let's do this live.
Oh.
So yeah, she's excited. Here we go. Ready? Is that running for you? Do you see it? Can you hear it?
Oh
yeah?
my god.
So I made a bunch of those, like a few different variations that people could use if they want to add that. It's cheesy, it's funny, and it's very Halloween fun. So I'm really excited to see what people do with that. And let me stream core back to you again.
Sweet.
Hopefully that'll work. All right. Let's see. That should be it for those updates. So let's jump in and see what we got. Let's see. Spooky Stream 1. I was gonna call it ASD, but I already have like 50 projects named ASD, so.
Relatable.
Right? Oh, I closed that link. Let me open that again. Cause what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some of those tracks and just put them all in there. Okay. This is for myself. Over here. Alright, so tense, desolate, and there's a lot of these. So let's first go over just the sections. I'm gonna also try to build some spooky sounds using Awkward Game Dev's awesome Haunted Keys map. She just added the Haunted Keys map to community content, and it's amazing. It's all there, and I can load it in here in a second. So let's go over this track here. Okay. Can you hear that, Tasha? At all?
Oh, I think it... Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So this is just one of the pre-made tracks. You can just drop it in and it kind of does its own thing. There's different variations of this, but that's kind of the idea here. Oops. This one's labeled with epic phrases because the music is kind of like epic and grandiose with these string melodies. So you probably want to do piano fragments or just the droning ambience, or maybe, use the dynamic way to make these. And I'll show that in a second. Yeah, it's pretty spooky. I agree. So here's the awesome thing about that. If you just want to drag in those tracks, that's fine. It's easy and it works, right? Mm-hmm. So let's see. You want to actually manipulate some of those. And there's a kits version of this. There is a music kit version of this, and there's a layers one, as well as stingers and all that stuff. So I have the specific kit for it, piano stingers. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So let me show you what the layers kit does. And for now, I'll just turn all of this off. Okay. So with this, since they're looping ambient, I do recommend starting the fade out time to be at least 1 second. So let's do that. Okay, so when it goes back to the looping point, which is about, I think for this one it's about 30 seconds or something like that for each of these stems, it won't fade in again. So it'll only fade out when it's triggered, which is great because if you leave it at 0, it's going to be kind of abrupt like that. So I do recommend fading it in just a little bit, maybe 0.5 if you want it to come in faster. That's fine. Let's just do 1 for now. And now we can start doing stuff like removing these elements here. And now we have this low. And now we just have this, so let's do this one up higher. So imagine you have a horror game or something, bunch of different levels and areas, and you can dynamically control these levels as you move around the map or when things are triggered. And so let's see. So this at the bottom, woodwinds and brass cluster, it's really like a horror kind of sound when you drag this up. And it's constantly rising, and I'm doing this trick. It's called the shepherd tone, if anyone is familiar with that. It's where it's rising in pitch and tension, and it sounds like it's doing that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
black magic.
It's kind of like the staircase in Mario 64. You know, you're climbing up, and it sounds like it's getting higher and higher, and it does that forever without stopping. And how that works is something like, I can actually show you if I make a new pattern here. Just as an example. So these are just music notes here that I'm going to show you. So it's basically something like this. You have all these notes ascending, right? So you have all these notes ascending. And there's lower ones, and then like there's a high pitch one. I'm not actually going to have this played out. So the high pitch ones, what this will do, it will get louder like that. And then the bass one is the opposite direction. So that's how that's kind of created. So it's rising and lowering at the same time. So by the time you get to the top one here, it sounds like it's starting at a high pitch again, but it's not. It's actually starting down here again. It does this really weird effect that makes it sound like it's rising forever. And I use that for these drones here, so it sounds like the tension is always rising, but you control the volume of it, so that way when you turn the volume up, it's going to be rising for under your control. So let's play that again. So now we have this. Super scary. It's like freaking me out right now.
So, Matthew, do you enjoy making spooky sounds?
Yep, it's really fun.
Okay,
that's what
I thought.
It scares me sometimes, though.
Okay. You scare yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually, what's funny, you can do the shepherd's tone technique with the MIDI and do it in the instruments and core, too. And actually, there probably is a way to do it by just adjusting the pitch and the volume for some of the sounds. So here's what I wanted to show off with this. So let's just have this play on repeat, and we're going to have an autoplay. But first, we're going to make an audio folder. Right. Just call it audio. Messed that up. Okay, so this is going to play. I don't like that. Let's just do this one. So we have this, and let's just save the game. We're going to jump in. That's what we hear. Amazing. But let me actually load this map that I tried to do earlier. See, I did it. ASD, is this one it? Oh, here it is. So I made this. I just generated the terrain to give it kind of like a wasteland, apocalyptic, Fallout kind of view. I'm going to paste that audio back in. So super foggy. Kind of gives you a really uneasy feeling. But now I kind of want those piano stingers in there. So I'm going to look for those piano stingers. This might be... Okay, so what this is, it's just a bunch of piano chords that match the tense, desolate, horror, wasteland, the layers. Okay, so let me play this. Can you hear that, Tasha?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's some of the piano chords. There's different variations of this.
Mm.
Yeah, and sometimes you want to...
Ooh.
Yeah, there's different ones, and there's like a single piano note.
Jarring.
So you can do that. This is a little quiet. Okay. So I also made a random all, so it will choose one of these at random already built in. So every time I trigger it, it's going to be a different one. Okay, and if I have this set to repeat and autoplay and put it in here, you can kind of understand the effect that I'm getting here. Which is great, right? But what if I don't want these to just play, over and over again? Because it's really predictable and you kind of want to sparse it out, right? So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a script. Hopefully we're going to do this. Let's do intermittent play, audio play. And we're going to just drop that in here. I'm going to put it under this one. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to get this right. So what this is going to do is we're going to core reference that. Core object reference piano, stingers. Cool beans. Okay, we're going to drag that in here. So it's referencing, this script is going to reference this object, the piano stingers, and I'm setting it to random all. I'm going to turn off repeat because we do not want that. And I do have this random time script, so what I'm going to do... So I'm basically just using basic Lua to do this. So, first thing you do is you grab the parameters here, and it only has one, so that's the only one we're going to use. And well, let's just stick to what we have for now. Okay, let me just make sure. And so this is a script that I wrote before. So let's just write a function. I'm just using it for my reference. Function play piano stinger. What we want to do is we want to have this. This is the sound that we're playing, and we just call play. Okay, you know what? Let me make this bigger. Hopefully that helps. So what this will do is, once the game loads, it's going to play this, and then this function needs to be called. There you go. So when I start the game, it's going to play it off of the script and not off the autoplay. There. It just triggered it one time. And it's not going to trigger it again.
Whoa.
Okay, so now what we can do is we're going to do function tick delta time, which is a pretty common thing. Very common, which is something that's always running. And you have to be careful with this. Engineers probably yelling at me, rolling around right now. Like, you want to be very careful with this because it's running this check, at every tick, and that can be very dangerous and it can be very harmful to performance. Okay.
Ooh, the Imperial Nerf Herder asks, what is delta time? I think I might have a question, but if you know, I think I might have an answer, but if you know, maybe you can explain it better than me.
Why don't you go ahead while I do this real quick?
It's basically a way to... Okay, I pray this is right. Someone can fact check me here. It's a way to normalize the passing of time in a game. So, oh gosh, I don't know if I can define this. Steve says delta time is the amount of time it takes for a frame to finish, and Mordecai says the time it takes for a tick to run, and it kind of helps sync up the computer time and your frames so they
Yeah.
stay consistent, I think. Is that right,
Yeah,
guys? Hopefully.
that's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is, so this function is called every time for every tick, and I'm gonna do something kind of screwy here. What I'll do is I did a UI dot print to screen sound effects is playing. So when I play now, and let me kill this call there. When I play this now, it's gonna show on the left side a print to screen sound effects is playing. Boom, awesome. And you can see why it could be very dangerous to use this. So what we want to do, what I want to do is I want this to play at a random time min max. And how I'm going to do that is we're going to do task.wait. So task.wait will do this for me. And what you put inside here is a number, so 5. So what's going to happen is only going to happen every 5 seconds. It should. I hope. Did I do that right? Yep, there you go. Now you wait 5 seconds, it's going to show up again. Yep. Ain't nobody got time to watch that 50 billion times. So cool thing you could do here, so it takes a number value which translates to seconds. We can do something like math.random, and you input 2 values here. This is just basic Lua. You could put 1 and 5. So what it's going to do now, it's going to choose a random number between 1 through 5 every single time. So now if we do that, it's going to play, it's going to, sound effects is playing, it's going to wait random time, it's going to do it again. Maybe it's 5 seconds, maybe it's 2 seconds, it's different every time. So what you could do with this is you could replace this number with a variable called min time, replace this one with max time, and then what you want to do is reference these and make these variables, right? Make sure they're local, so you know if you're using global variables that it doesn't mess with this. Equals whatever, 1. Local max time equals 5. So number between that and then what we're going to get. So I kind of did this already a little bit. And yeah, so I did something called repeat interval. This is a variable that I made. So it's already doing this. This variable is already doing math.random, and we're using min time, max time. Cool. And then repeat interval is going to go here in task.wait. So now this value will generate a random number for me between 1 through 5, and it's going to wait that time. Okay. And I can even print the screen, you know, that interval like this. Yeah, so it's going to get that. Now we could see what random numbers we're generating, because that's awesome. Yeah, so time until next sound effects trigger is 2 seconds. Until 2 seconds, and it's going to choose 2. Is it going to do 2 all the time? Yeah, I did something wrong. Oh boy, what did I do? Okay. Yeah, that's right. Oh, right, because I didn't call... Yeah, I'm dumb. I didn't call it in here. We're going to call it in here. Every time it's going to make a new one. Okay, there we go. So 4 seconds. 1 second. Cool. Now it's doing it. Yeah, thanks so much. So now what we can do is I'm going to unlock this. It's going to play... It's going to play that stinger at those times. Yeah, so it's going to wait to play that. So now it's not going to repeat over and over again. And I'm going to increase this to 15. Let's do 20 and let's do 10. Sorry, this is a bit Lua crazy stuff. Hopefully you guys understand this. And then if you guys want this as a community content, I could see if I can make this a lot easier for audio. So whenever the next time it plays, it's going to hopefully play it. Did I do something wrong? There it goes. So in 12 seconds, it's going to shoot off another random piano thing. So the soundtrack is kind of designing itself, right? it's choosing one of those random piano things that's doing it at a random time. And it's really sparse. You know, it kind of matches this wasteland look and feel. Cool. So there's that. And now, let's look at something fun and happy. Maybe happy. Let's see. Spooky. Is this it? Awesome. This is the community content, the Haunted Keys map. I literally just made a new file, new map. I dropped this in, and here it is. And all I did was remove the default sky because this one came with one, and it just looks awesome. There's some sound design elements here that are built in already. Yeah, it's amazing. If you guys haven't played Haunted Keys, definitely worth checking out. Scare the crap out of me every single time when a ghost appeared.
Maybe we'll add that to the playlist today.
Oh yeah, please. It's awesome, and it's awesome to watch people scream and cry about all the ghosts everywhere. I legit freaked out. So
Mordecai, rep Awkward Game Dev. Shout out to Awkward Game Dev who made this. Yeah, she's incredible, and she made it by herself. And I didn't realize this until I think it was IGN did an interview with her about how she was making some of her contest entries in games. She did this all by herself, and all of the scripting is actually cobbled together through community content, and it's pretty incredible. Awkward Game Dev in chat! Yay!
Yay! She's in here.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you so much for adding this like last minute. It's like probably the best thing I could find for this example. So we're gonna use my favorite community content of all time, which is the rubber ducky. All right, you know what? We will also use Daddy-O's because Daddy-O is awesome. If every time I do a stream, pro tip, I usually look for rubber ducks or something stupid like that. So if people start adding rubber ducks to community content, they will just be all over the stream. All right, someone's stream sniping community content for me to add rubber ducks as fast as possible. So I got 2 rubber ducks. I'm going to try my best to do this live. So let's see, how spooky can this be? It'll probably scare me when I forget that I put something there, right? All right, so rubber ducky. Okay. Let's turn the ducky boy. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Look at that duck. Okay. And we're going to do force off. I'll show you why. What we're going to do... Okay, wait. I need to be able to see it. Hold up. Hold up. Is it possible to get up there? I sure hope it is. So, let's see. Let's add a trigger. You can kind of see where this is going, right? Maybe?
I'd like to think so.
I really hope I could do this. Okay. My, like, spatial awareness is, like, killing me right now. Okay. We have a trigger. Trigger duck. Spooky. 1. Cool. Amazing.
Steve says, I don't think anyone on Earth knows where this is going. And Mordecai says, I'm guessing triggered ducks. I'm going to say we're making an evil duck that perhaps plays an evil duck noise once we enter the trigger. And then we have Taobi insert angry rubber duck noises. And we have a very great question from Paul P. No. If you have time to answer it right now.
Yeah, sure.
He says, hi, while I have a chance to talk to the sound guy, I've tried to produce a music track by using LuaScript to adjust volume levels in a smart music track. I can see the sliders moving in the editor when I play the game. However, the sound playback stays static and does not follow what the fader sliders are doing.
Yes, there's a bug right now, I think. Yeah, so if you're messing with those smart properties, or sometimes I think it might just be the smart properties for now, but if you mess with those, they only really work if you're like viewing them in the hierarchy and previewing it at the same time. So that might be the problem, like you were playing it and previewing it and then it just didn't work in game. So there's that. And then also you might have an issue because it needs to be in client context, and you're just not hearing it. Crying baby sound effects sometime.
Ooh. That might be an interesting one to get.
Might be easy to get if we just like record our Discord chat after, playing a few rounds with gosh, who literally anyone is better than most of us, right?
Monster.
Yeah, right.
Smithy.
Okay. Duck trigger thing, LOL, is what we got. So what I'm trying to do here is get this duck to show up when I'm in the trigger, right? So I have something I did before. So I'm going to reference this object, the duck object 1. Really good at naming stuff, huh? Okay, so here it is. And now when you overlap it, I want it to appear, and I have this thing here called is visible. So let's get the properties of this first. Here's the thing. Okay. Do we have that trigger parent? Trigger. Yes, script. This should be a trigger. I'm looking at my old script that I had when I pushed a button to turn on like VFX for, I don't know if you remember my concert.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Cool. I think this works. All right, let's try it. So begin trigger overlap with that. Cool. So this is called the duck. And then this, we're going to force this to be off. Cool. And then hopefully my obby skills are apt for me enough for me to get there. Should go here. And there's a Lua. Oh. Ha. My bad. So let's make this let's just do client for now. What in the world is going on? Yeah, there's I think I recommend like just learning the basic Lua stuff. I think would be good for you, Nerf Herder, because for me, most of my focus is like just doing audio and sound design, like recording and producing. But I know enough. I just know enough how to do, add some of these triggers and call audio. Really basic functions, but I think it's really good to learn like basic Lua that we have, and knowing how to work around, how functions work and variables and things like that. Slinkus and Tobbs do these streams all the time, and they're really, really helpful. So I recommend like checking their videos out and catching their streams whenever they're around.
Yay.
Okay, so let's see if this worked. Let's update template from this, and hopefully, undo that. I want to start where it is because I get lost here. This place is insane and I always get lost. Okay. Amazing. Oh no, what did I do? What is the polyphony limit in core? I think the polyphony limit is, I haven't really fully explored that. That is a really good question, and I will look into that. Okay, Tobbs, I might need some help here.
Oh boy. I will try my best.
Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the duck.
Mordecai says your trigger isn't client. Oh.
My bad.
Get networked.
Okay. I'm doing this wrong. Okay. No, I fell. We got magic here. Okay. What am I doing wrong here?
Okay. Let's see. So on interact. Let's see. Monhux says when in doubt, enable networking.
Right.
Oh man, this is where we need like Slinkus or Eric or Gabe on here because I'm not very technically savvy.
So the thing is, the trigger's not even firing off when I get into it because in the script.
Oh, wait. Have you checked the interaction bool in the is interactable in the trigger properties?
It's not. I just need it to fire off when I'm inside. Right? That's what I needed to do. Or, you know what? Let's make use of something that I shared last time, which was a... Let's see. I made an audio zone trigger. It's called Simple Audio Trigger Zone. And it's exactly what this is. And let's redo this again. Kill that. Doing it live. It's crazy. Audio Trigger Zone. Put that there. So what this box will do is trigger all of that. Oops. Audio trigger zone. Okay, so we're just gonna make this fit that square. Easy for reference. And then let's kill the visual reference. Right. Enter and leave. Okay, we don't need anything yet. I don't want to do a sound yet. What I do want to know is if I will finally actually get this right. We'll say, yeah, we're entering, leaving, cool. So now let's see if I can get the duck to actually be triggered here. Yeah, spooky game. That'd be awesome. I think people are going to start making them.
I hope so.
It's October 1st. Like, if you didn't have a pumpkin by your nightstand when you woke up, like, what are you doing?
It's basically Halloween first.
Yeah.
People. I don't have to explain this to you all. I know you all understand. Implicitly.
Make a duck object. Where are you, duck object? Ducky swimming. Okay.
I think my favorite spookiest sounds that I've noticed in the core community so far is the spider scritches in Spider Bite.
I don't like to think about that. It freaks me out, and that means you did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think it was a Nezul or something, right? Oh, that game.
Yes.
That game is, yeah. I just sat there and just like loved being the spider, and the tech behind how that works is amazing. And just like the sound that they chose, it really sounds like ASMR, and it really like freaks me out. Okay, so let's see if we could do this. The ducky is force off, force on, force off. Let's see if this will actually work. Okay. Ah, my bad. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. I'm making this like enlarged here to make it easier for you guys. So I'm gonna do is prop duck object. What I'm doing here is I'm getting the is visible. So what happens is I'm toggling visibility on and off. And like I really want this to work because it would be super epic. Okay.
Oh, so this duck is gonna pop out of nowhere and scare everyone.
Basically. Spoilers, I know, but
Oop. Sorry.
yeah. There's two things. This is one way you could do it, and I want to show an example of how you can use some of the sounds we have for that. 21. 21. Why? Duck object, wait for object. It's a nil value. Okay, cool. Because why?
Oh, Mordecai says it's not referenced in this script.
It totally is. Oh my.
Dang.
You mean like the audio trigger zone or the trigger itself? Because it's referenced in here. It's definitely referenced in here. Or do I need to reference it in the
Oh.
script?
Oh, Monhawk says the duck is a custom property of the trigger, not the script.
Cool.
Dang. Oh, this is why I love the core community, because there's definitely other coding projects I've had that would not have been completed if it weren't for the helpful people in Twitch chat.
Right? Okay. Cool. Amazing. And let's just kill it where it was. In here. Go away, please. Please. Okay. Cool. Okay. Amazing. And where are you? Would really like to get through this so we can look at the other stuff. Oh my goodness. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so now what we need is...
Weirdly terrifying in the context of this environment.
Yeah, okay. Before I start freaking myself out again, I'm just going to make sure that this is maybe a little bit smaller. Staring you down. Alright, let's leave it at that. And then let's add some fun stuff. Let's make a new client contacts folder. Let's call it audio and start adding stuff. Let's use the new stuff. Let's do tense, horror. There's a lot of horror stuff. Like literally you probably can just do horror, audio, or music. And there's a lot of these. Fear of monsters, psycho chase, just tons of stuff. But I'm going to use some of the new things, and we're going to use tense, desolate, horror, wasteland, and we're just going to use the layers kit. We're going to make it autoplay, turn this stuff off. We're going to make it repeat, and let's preview this. Cool. I don't want that. Let's just do this one. Let's like fade that in. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So when we jump in the game, let's make it 2 seconds. It's just gonna start playing. Oh, that's playing audio, my bad. 1.5. 1.5 instead. Okay, when you jump in the game, it's gonna start playing that. Cool. Sweet. Now let's look at these horror stingers. So let's do horror stingers. We have a lot of these. Let's see. We can use this. Okay, let's audition this really quick. In here. What do we got? Nope. Let's look at the music stingers. So let's look at stingers. Tons of stuff here. Let's make it like this. Kind of want these horror impacts of like brass hit low or something. Okay, that's cool. Let's do that. Did I scare you?
This is my favorite part of the stream, where you're just like, okay, now I'm gonna make all the sounds like come together into an incredible new sound in front of your very eyes. Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the audio trigger zone in the folder enter. So you drag this in here. When you enter that zone, it's just going to play, and it's really as simple as that. All right, so now let's make this a little bit better. And quack, quack, no, squeak, duck. Put that in here. Yes, please. What does this sound like? Now let's just have it play to the player. I'm just gonna make it play just to you. Okay, awesome. Duck volume going all the way up. The duck pitch is gonna be absurd. Okay, can we just get the pitch down? It's not working right now. because the layers are involved. Let's just leave it how it is right now. That's fun. Okay, so we're going to save that. There is a duck quack SFX. I'm happy to tell you that. How do you get up there? Alright, so let's figure out the way to get there. Which is not that way. I literally feel like something's about to jump out and scare me. Like, I really hope she just uploaded this without any jump scares, because that would be really mean.
I feel like Awkward Game Dev is a very kind person and she wouldn't do that to you, but I would also be greatly entertained if that were the case.
Yeah. So we're gonna fail at jumping on that. I'm sorry. Can we just rewind that and edit that out of the stream? Alright, let's pretend that was all good.
What are you talking about?
Okay, here we go. Yes. Yes. Oh, it disappeared because so what happened was I didn't set something for it to go away. So what we're gonna make a variable called local duck is visible equals false, because it starts out false, right? So when this gets fired off, we're gonna call the visibility true. Let's see. Because if you go into that trigger and the duck is visible, I don't want it to play again. So I'm going to add another requirement here that does local player and duck is visible equals false. Then it will play this. And when we leave the zone, we're going to set the variable back to false. If I can find where I need to put that. False. So now the behavior is, it's just basic Lua stuff and switches and things like that. The behavior should be jump in, duck scares the crap out of me. Oh lord, that scared me. Okay. Scary duck is scary. Alright, so what we need to do is, I know this became a duck stream again. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened. Matthew, also at the beginning of the stream, if you guys want to make any more ducks, please do. And then Awkward Game Dev says, was totally tempted to add a ghost, though. Thank you for using your powers of genius for good and not evil, Awkward Game Dev.
It's gone. That's awesome. Okay, so before we run out of time, let me show you guys what the horror water phone is and stuff. So, horror water phone. This is amazing. What this is just these spooky, like, ear-piercing type horror sounds, right? There's different variations of these. Cool. And the prepared piano, similar to that, but you might recognize this kind of sound. It'll be really obvious when you hear it. It'll be like, you know, the stuff you hear in like Call of Duty Zombies or something. Let me see if I can turn all this off. Or Left 4 Dead 2, you hear that kind of sound. Tacker, heyo. What's up? Yeah, so if any of you played Left 4 Dead 2, they use a lot of these prepared piano type things.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, it's been a while.
So you know what? Let me add this to that. And then let me copy this. Shoot. Yeah, let's copy that, and when you leave, it'll play a different one. So like a mystery type, like, where did it go? Right?
Ah, perfect.
Okay, that's a little freaky, so let's use that. And then after I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of little triggers everywhere. So what you could do is you could trigger some of these horror sounds and little music stingers in hidden areas on the map. So when you go to this corner, for example, maybe it triggers that water phone, and I'll just like copy that audio folder script again. So now you jump here, and then when you leave, it's gone. Ooh, it's spooky. Where'd it go? That's super fun. So that's how you can do a duck jump scare. And if you really wanted to, let me show you some of the theremin. So we can make it funny. Let's make it funny and awkward.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool because you increasingly added spookiness to the duck.
Right?
I'm actually quite impressed with how. Oh, yay, I love this. With how scary you got it.
Yeah, so when you jump in there, it's going to be really cheesy, but super fun. And let's just pretend that didn't happen again. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, and there's different versions of the melodies here. And then there's also this, so that's a sine wave, and I also made a variation for triangle wave. It's cheesy, but I think people will get a kick out of it. Yeah, really quick, let me see if I can just make another audio trigger zone everywhere. So I'll just delete this. We're not going to do the duck for now. Let's just add another one. Yeah. So audio trigger zone, let's add one here. And then let's add one up here. And then for these, let's just kill the visual references. I think we could just leave it at that. And then when we leave and enter, they have some sounds in here just to show you how it works. Just as an example, you can easily just drag and drop whatever sounds you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the prepared piano. Let's get the water phone. Water phone. Let's add the water phone here. And then let's add another one here on the other one. And we're going to turn all this off. We're going to choose just kind of one at random. Cool, that one works for me. Long. Lower the pitch. Cool. Spooky. So what's going to happen now is there are these two hidden areas here. And you can add these wherever you want. Yeah, it's an error because I deleted stuff. What happened? Oh, because this... It's using the same script, so... I'm just killing all this stuff here that we had, just bringing it back to the way it was before. So this is the script as it is originally. So when we go into these areas of the map, we're kind of triggering these sounds randomly. You can put whatever you want. You can do some more scripting to choose different sounds at random if you want to do that. And one more thing I want to do is, where's the duck? Let's put the duck in a room somewhere. All right, so let's put the duck over here. It doesn't really matter. I just need the duck itself. Let's do the other duck.
Ooh, and then Matthew, just a 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time to do more duck things. Okay. Where's the other duck? Did I download the other duck? Duck. If I see a new duck in here, I'm going to scream.
Let's see. Utterly Lynn says, could the duck only appear when you're not facing it, then disappear when you...
You could do that. You could definitely do that. Yes.
What a great mechanic. And then AJ says, next duck stream when? Hopefully in 2 weeks from now? Maybe?
Maybe. Let's just do this duck again. So here's a giant duck, too giant, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, where is my audio? I'm going to kill these. First audio trigger zone. Audio, we have this here, which is just playing in the background. Amazing. But what I want to do is I want to make another one. And let's get the position of this duck really quick. Copy the duck position. Go back to my audio, and I'm going to paste it over here. So now it should be. Oh, I guess. Oh, right. Sure. So I'm going to use the basic fall off and radius here. And let's just make this smaller. Yeah, okay, like maybe 2000. Cool. You can see when you're going to start hearing this stuff. So it's great that you can see that. If you can't see it, it's because you need to hit V on your keyboard to toggle them on and off. Okay, so we're going to center this on the duck. We're going to make sure it's doing attenuation. I don't want to hear it in 3D sound. I just want the volume to increase as I get closer to it. I do want it to repeat. I do want it to autoplay. Let's see what that sounds like. Great. Amazing. So we're going to turn up only one layer of this. So you can do this in script too. You can just increase one of these layers. But I'm just using it as a separate object. So when you get close to this, okay, so
It's literally making me cringe right now, but like, in a very scary way, not like a terrible way, in a good way.
okay, Ducky Boy's staring at you. So what should happen is music plays, and then as you get closer to it, you know what would be really crazy if the eyes were like following you, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So along with this, you have these areas of the map that have these, music swells. You could attach this to an object, so maybe something that's following you, right? That would make it super spooky. And then, if you're going around different places on the map, it triggers those random audio, those audio zones that had the, whatchamacallit. Did I delete those? No, I didn't. I was just in the wrong place. So if we go here, music starts, spooky background, went into the audio zone. That sound was triggered. There's one down here too. And it stops. I need to make sure that it doesn't do that. You can adjust that in the sound settings. The duck is like somewhat visible. And as you get closer to it, it just gets more and more intense.
Ooh.
Yep. And before we go, I know we're like late here, but let me just share this really quick, Tovs.
Okay.
Someone else have a stream after this?
Yeah, me.
Oh, okay. I think you might want to hear this though. So I have this
Okay.
this awesome music track that's really fun.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, that is going in our Halloween dance party we're doing at the end of the month.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. And then I have the different sections of it, so if you want like just the melody. And then I also have stuff like this, your traditional Halloween spooky fun kind of thing. Right?
Yeah, very mischievous sounding.
Yeah, and then I have something like this, maybe. More action, fun, kind of. It's just Halloween fun. just different parts of this. Yeah, this is live, man. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in there. I suggest everyone look at the patch notes to see which Halloween assets are new in the audio section. And yeah, ask me, go ahead and tag me in the design or the community content if you have any questions about how to make some of this stuff. And then I'll see if I can make some of these things that I'm doing community content, make it easier for you guys to do these spooky, fun sounds.
Ooh.
More ducks, please. Next time I do a stream, I really hope there's like more ducks to play with.
Yay.
All right.
All right, you heard the man. And then stay tuned. Right after this will be our playtest stream, Core Battle Hour. We're going to be playing some spooky games. And then most excitedly, we'll be playing Core Game Dev Bootcamp games. You are going to want to stick around for this, guys. So stay tuned. I just need to check my audio, and then we're going live. I'll see you soon. Bye.
See ya.